We continue a Vedic reader for students by Arthur A. Macdonell with Pusan. This entity is celebrated in 8 hymns, 5 of which occur in the 6th mandala. His individuality is vague, and his anthropomorphic traits are scanty. His foot and his right hand are mentioned. He wears braided hair and a beard. He carries a golden spear, an awl, and a goad. His car is drawn by goats instead of horses. I've had a dream like that before. His characteristic food is gruel. Karamba. He sees all creatures clearly and at once. He is the wooer of his mother and the lover of his sister, Dawn. He was given by the entities to the sun maiden, Surya, as a husband. He is connected with the marriage ceremonial in the wedding hymn 1085. With his golden aerial ships, Pusan acts as the messenger of Surya. He moves onward, observing the universe, and makes his abode in heaven. He is a guardian who knows and beholds all creatures. As best of charioteers, he drove downward the golden wheel of the sun. He traverses the distant path of heaven and earth. He goes to and returns from both the beloved abodes. He conducts the dead on the far-off path of the fathers. He is a guardian of roads, removing dangers out of the way, and is called Son of Deliverance. Vimucho Napat. He follows and protects cattle, bringing them home unhurt and driving back the lost. His bounty is often mentioned. Glowing. Agrune is one of his exclusive epithets. The name means prosper, as derived from push, cause to thrive. The evidence, though not clear, indicates that Pusan was originally a solar entity, representing the beneficent power of the sun, manifested chiefly in its pastoral aspect. Six 54-meter Gayatri. Sampushan Vedushanaya yo anjasanusasate ya evedam ete bravat. Conjoin us, O Pusan, with one that knows, who shall straightway instruct us, and who shall say, it is just here. Vidusha, instive, governed by the sense of association produced by the combination of Naya, Ni, lead with some, sep, page 308, 1a. The meaning is, provide us with a guide. Anu, sa, sate. Anu, sa, sate. The third S per sub, who shall instruct us where to find what we have lost. Edam, not infrequently as in here used adverbially when it does not refer to a particular substantive. Bravat. Third S per of sub of brew. Second. Samu pushna gamemahe yongrham Amvisasate imaevetecha bravat. We would also go with Pusan, who shall guide us to the houses, and shall say, it is just these. It is, being in parentheses, so that's not really a translation, it's filler words. See page 221, 2 on its treatment. In the Padatext, page 25, 2, Pushna, see the note on Vidusha, 1a, Gamamahe, Ao, up of Gum, we would preferably go with Pusan as our guide. Gurhan, that is the sheds in which our lost cattle are. 3. Pushnath Chakram Narishyate Nakoso Avapadyate Noasya Vyathate Pave. Pushan's wheel is not injured, the well of his car falls not down. Nar does his felly waver. No is na, u, also not on the Sandhi, Sep 24. Kothova on the Sandhi accent, see page 465, 17.3. Asya, unaccented, page 452. Syana explains chakram as Pushan's weapon, and pavis as the edge of that weapon. But this, on the highest degree, improbable, because the weapon Pusan is a spear, an owl, or a goad, while his car is elsewhere mentioned, as well as the goats that draw it, and he is called a charioteer. 4. Yo asmae havishavidan natam pushape mrshyate pratamo vindate vasu. Him who has worshipped him with oblation, Pusan forgets not. He is the first that acquires wealth. Asma'e, Pusan on the syntax, C200, uppercase A, 1F, on the loss of accent, see page 452, uppercase B, lowercase c. Ape, verbal preposition to be taken with mrsh, pratamas, the man who worships Pusan. Now, the Bhagavad Gita has this passage, much later text, thousands of years later, but the, at least in its origins, maybe not its written copies, but then again, things degrade over time and they replace them. So we find this reference to whatever you worship, that's the sort of afterlife you have. And of course, the highest one is straight worship of God. Listen, see the man who worships Pratamas. Okay. 5. Pushaganu atuna Pusharakshatu arvatah Pushavajam sanatuna. Let Pusan go after our cows. Let Pusan protect our steeds. Let Pusan gain booty for us. Anu eto, to be with them and prevent injury or loss. Rakshatu, to prevent their being lost. Now, isn't this sort of like a reminder of like that part in the story of Moses, where Moses, they're like, no, have God go fight, and we'll come in after God has won the victory. And it's like, well, don't you see you people are the means, but yeah, so they wandered the wilderness because they were too cowardly to go and be among other civilizations. That's another thing. 6. Pushananu pragaeheya jamanasya sunvatah asmakam stuvatam muta. O Pushan, go forth after the cows of the sacrificer who presses Soma, and of us who praise thee. Anu pra ehe, sep, page 468, 20a. Yajamanasya, of the institution of the sacrifice. Stuvatam, of the priests as a body. 7. Makir nesan makim reshan makim sam sarekevate atharishtabir agahe. Let not anyone be lost, let it not be injured, let it not suffer fracture in a pit, so come back with them uninjured. Nesat, O of Nas, be lost, 149, A2, lowercase a for that. Rishat, O inj of Rish, Sare, Pas, O inj of Sir, Crush, Arish Tabbes, supply, go bes. 8. Srunvantam Pushannam Vayam Yiryam Manashtavedasam Isanam Braya Imahe. Pusan, who hears the watchful, whose property is never lost, who disposes of riches, we approach. Anastha Vedasam, the wife who recovers property, has been lost. He is also called Anashta Pasu, whose cattle are never lost. Step 1, 2, 5, 6, 7. Ragas, genitive dependent on Isanam. See 202, lowercase a, lowercase a. Imahe, 1 per a of e, go governing the active. Pushannam, sept 197, A1. 9. Pushantava vratevayam nareshyama kadachana stotara stahasmase. O Pushan, in thy service may we never suffer injury. We are thy praisers here. Pushantava, note that the Sandhi 42 vrata, that is, while abiding in thy ordinance. Samase, first plural as of B. C gives the reason for the hope expressed in A, B. 10. Pare, Pusha, Parastad, Vastam Davatu Dakshinam Punarno Nashtam Ajatu. Let Pushan put his right hand around us from afar. Let him drive up for us again what has been lost. Parastad, the to be pronounced dissyllabically, except page 437, A8. Pare da Vatu, for protection. Vastam, Hastam, 54. Nashtam, from Nath, to be lost. And Nashtavadasam in 8b. Jatu, the meaning of this verb shows that by the noun Nashtam, what is lost, cows are intended. And you see there, it's important that when you write a book, that you actually say what things are, rather than a bunch of abbreviations, which can vary per author, or even per book.